Send more Russians to Ukraine. We want to do more.
See them trying to do it again.
Getting shot down.
With Anti Borders, a humanitarian aid team who heads to the hotspot areas of Ukraine to give out everything and anything to those in need. So I'm Jack, and this is
Phantom,
Justin,
Edward, Nick.
these are the holes you dig through to get the fish.
If you're brave enough to fight Russians, just don't help Ukraine. Sit on the couch and watch TV, fight for human rights, and be prepared to fight Russians.
So while we were back in Kiev, we met up with our friend Artem. So Artem was the soldier who took us into Bucha and Irpin just a few days after he had been fighting there. And we got in before the residents were allowed back in to go and survey the area and then come back a couple of days later to deliver aid. So he's a great guy. It's been great to catch up with him. He also helps us with military permissions in certain areas and intel. So he very kindly gave us an interview and told us what was going on with him at the moment.
If you will not help Ukraine now, you will fight Russia in 5 years. So you're thinking about human rights, transgenders, feminists and stuff, and you're not thinking about your country. You know, Kaliningrad.
Yeah.
There is a small separated piece of Russia in the middle of Europe. So they have all the missiles in there. So if you're not helping Ukraine now, just be aware that London is in the range of that missiles sitting in Kaliningrad. So if you don't help us now, nobody's gonna help you in 5 years. Today it's Ukraine, tomorrow it's Poland, Germany. They don't have a real army now. So I don't know. We already destroyed more planes that the British army has in total, and Russia keeps fighting.
What often isn't covered is the Ukrainian army is the first line of humanitarian aid for the Ukrainian people. When they get sent their rations, they often split it in half, take half for their troops and give half to the local people. And so we make an effort to try and help the army where we can.
So we're just giving some supplies to soldiers at the front, so different medications and some food.
A lot of them are sometimes worse off than the people they're meant to be protecting, because the people they're protecting, if they still have their homes, they have all their possessions. A lot of the time the soldiers come, they've had to buy their own kit, which is often very basic or not suitable. They don't have things like thermals, they don't have access to things like washing machines again. If they have a uniform, they probably only have that one uniform. And so it's quite a depressing situation to be in.
Putin.
Невероятно, но факт. Нам снова угрожают немецкими танками «Леопард», на борту которых кресты.
Lots of people in the West say Vladimir Putin's crazy, he's sick. What's your take on him?
Well, he's just not a real man. So I'm inviting him officially to visit his soldiers near Bahkmut. Be a man, just come to Bahkmut. Send more Russians to Ukraine. We want to do more.
И вновь собираются воевать с Россией на земле Украины руками последующей Гитлера, руками бандеровцев.
I think that in Ukraine we're all fascists, we're all Nazis, we're just white power, Ukraine and stuff. And we're not, we're just fighting for our freedom.
Слава Украине!
We're fighting Russians, we know how to fight them. They're afraid of us.
Putin! Уйло!
You already have scary stories about Azov regiment. They're all fascists and stuff, but no, they're just professionals. Talk about Ukraine. It's not about tanks or military equipment, artillery pieces. Just talk about Ukraine.
Some of the units are immensely well kitted out, but it really is luck of the draw as to where you get assigned to. So we do what we can to try and alleviate pressure for the army. Because our thinking is if we can go and help them by bringing them a load of sleeping bags, which aren't suitable for civilians in a lot of areas, it means that they can then keep their costs down in that capacity and maybe spend more of their budget bringing in more food, and then they can distribute that to the people as well as supporting themselves. Just seen there's been an incoming over there, so an artillery barrage. See, that's the remnants of it there. Looks like it's attacking a gas pipe. That gas pipe's on fire, going all up there. Just seen a load of ambulances come as well, but you can smell the gas from here. Yeah. So you can see what they make their bridges out of. So amongst the frozen river, there's these barges. So a pontoon bridge, thank you very much. As you see, that other bridge has been blown. We're scouting around the area, trying to get to one village, the road was blocked. Tried to get to another village, the road was blocked. Then we ended up in somewhere called Ray-Gonadok. I think I butchered the pronunciation there. And that was a small housing area, the usual Soviet blocks of flats near Le Mans. And these people had, they lived in the basements of buildings. When we turned up, it was a ghost town, no one was there. We were about to leave, and then people started coming out of the remnants of the buildings. I'm glad we went there. I'm glad we made the effort to venture further afield, because it was heartbreaking seeing the conditions these people lived in. You've got people who are pumping water out of drains, as their daily water. People living in flats with the sides of the building missing, and they put up bits of plastic or curtains to try and shield them from the elements. And it was, -4, -5 when we were there. Inside the buildings, it's even colder. And it really puts into perspective how people are going to struggle, and they are struggling, and they're going to struggle for a long time, because these places are never going to be rebuilt in the near future while the war rages on and people are reduced to living in rubble.
Slava Ukraine!
Slava Ukraini! Heroям slava!
There's a little community here shelling just a few miles in that direction, or whichever direction it's coming from. It's an awful noise to hear.
No one else has bothered to come here. It's not a big headline town. People don't seem to care, but as I said, we're here to tell their story.
That is the site of a missile getting shot down. Ukrainian fire, Russian missile. We'll be taking those puppies out the sky.
We had another team member join us, a mouse, and then he evaded us for a couple of weeks, but at some point he's managed to drop out and go. But it was quite frustrating because it ruined some of our body armour, because we had knee pads, and so we managed to get rid of the first nest, thought the mouse was gone. Wanted to put a dog in the van, but in the end thought, no, I'm sure it's gone. Then we found out, oh no, heard a bit of scrabbling, took everything out, looked again, and made a nest in a knee pad, as I said, which is quite annoying. They're quite hard to actually get, decent ones. So we had to chuck that out, and then, as I said, at some point in Ukraine we've hit a pothole, and wherever the little bastard was hiding, he's now gone.
So we got put up in a hotel last night by a friend we met, and we were just out grabbing some food after we distributed aid, and we got a phone call from him saying that the hotel that we were staying at was just about to get targeted. So we rushed back to the hotel and grabbed all our kit. We got out of there safe. I think everyone else as well did. A bit of a burden, but we'll always go for safety over taking a risk. There's no point sort of shrugging intel off like that, because what if it did get hit that night that we were staying there, and that would be both our lives ended. So really grateful for the phone call. We're in Kharkiv. Temperature's way below minus. This lake has frozen over. Chap over there doing some fishing. The situation out here is pretty dire, how they're trying to get food to survive. These are the holes they dig through to get the fish. This lane it's the suicide highway. So we've just seen this truck try and overtake another 20-ton truck while you still got oncoming traffic. It's a 2-lane road. This truck's coming on both sides, and there's no street lights. I don't think there were street lights before the war, but now especially not so, because any ones which did exist have been taken down. How are you feeling, Fenton? Yeah, scared. They're nut jobs there, mate, they really are. He's going for it again, he's just overtaken. Just in time. Oh! And nearly died. Because they don't slow down, they speed up.
No, that's not us being British and snobbish or whatever. You speak to the Ukrainians, they say all their drivers are mad as well. But, you know, it's a big concern for us because obviously we put our lives in danger almost every day out here at the front, and we have been in a few smashes over here, but if I die in a car crash, I'm not going to be very happy.